Hi, my name is Phoenix and this is TFL Design, and today I'm gonna go through my designer bag collections that I use, I would say, most often. I'm not going to include my daily ones that I, don't care about the wear and tear about. Let's just say these are the ones that I actually care about, and my most recent purchases. I want to go through the wear and tear because I get a lot of comments on how they do after several months, years of use. Obviously, working from home, I don't use them that much, so most of the time these just get taken out on special occasions or when I'm going to dinner with friends and family or something like that. And some of them I put a bit more care over others, either because I bought them for the purpose of being like a throw around bag, or I bought them secondhand knowing that, they're not going to be something I'm going to look after that closely. So for each bag, I'm going to go through how often I'd use them, and then we'll just see how they look a year or two later since the beginning of my luxury bag journey. Here we go. Now this first bag is my Stan Studio lambskin crossbody bag. I bought this for the purpose of, trying out lambskin, and I wasn't going to commit to buying a Chanel one. One, because I don't really love the small diamond look that Chanel offers. So I bought this one from Stan Studio just to try it out. So this bag is really soft to the touch. There's no back pocket. And you can see there's a little bit of wrinkle and creasing where the opening is under the flap, but that's sort of normal. And because it's kind of puffy, it kind of puckers a bit there. But overall, you can see there's not really that much wear and tear on the outside. As you know, I replaced the chain on the inside to be silver, even though the rings are gold. But yeah, there seems to be a bit of, I don't know what this is, glue or something. I never really looked inside. Don't know if it's a scratch or glue, but don't really care because this is one of those bags that I really don't baby. Mostly because this price range wasn't that crazy. It doesn't reach the thousands, let's say. This was I think I bought it around 600 Canadian at full price. That was silly. You can buy these for half off after a while. They go on sale quite often. But sadly, they don't ship to the US directly from the site, so you have to buy them from Essence, Farfetch, and you can find them in the department stores too. But yeah, overall, the wear and tear to this is pretty good, and I've used this, I'd say about 30 times. This next bag is Michael Kors, and I don't use this one that much. It's a very stiff leather. I bought it because I thought the color was cool, and I could use this even during the summer, even though it's a black bag. But it's very, very spacious, and I got this before it got big on the handbag subreddit. It was something I found on their website and loved the color too and bought immediately. As you can see by the lack of creases on the inside, I barely use this. It's still something that I like to look at, and it makes me happy when I see it. I should probably take this out more during the summer. It's pretty cute. It's one of the few Michael Kors bags that I think it does really well duping. So my next bag is this Louis Vuitton Epi Leather bucket bag. I've used this about maybe under 3 times, but when I did use it, I didn't really baby it. I bought this specifically to go to fairs and places where I have to constantly reach into my bag to get out a wallet. And I remember I brought this to a fair where I was basically eating foods on sticks and may have dropped some chicken in it or something like that. But overall, it's a very easy to use bag. It's kind of tough. You don't have to really baby it that much. I do clean it, of course, after I use it, wipe a little bit on the outside in case, any of that chicken grease got onto it. I don't know, it was chicken on a stick. But yeah, overall, a very hardy bag. You have to tighten it to fasten, but even so, it doesn't really go that tight, so it's very easy to reach into, so you have to be careful to have it constantly either tucked under your arm or in front of your body so that, no one else can reach in and get anything from it. Epi leather in general is very hardy, and unless you like slam it against a wall or a rock or something, it's not really going to scratch. Next is this Issey Miyake bag that I got from Japan. You should definitely buy these in Japan over buying them overseas, because it's like half the amount that they sell here after the tax refund. I love this bag because I don't have to baby it. I've used this a handful of times, basically to places where I want to bring a designer bag, but not like B2 foo-foo luxury. This looks very casual. It's not made of leather. It's made out of I guess plastics, but the way, the shape, and the feel of it is really something else from Issey Miyake over the dupes you'll see of these, like these fake ones you'll see made in China or something. What I like about this is that I can wear it as a shoulder bag, or sling it across as a crossbody, and just the way it folds like origami is so cool. And once again, I don't have to baby this. I can throw this anywhere. And I probably feel that way as well because of the price range, because it's not a leather luxury bag. I don't have to worry that much about it. Okay, next is a bag that is rather costly, but I have been in the rain with it twice now. Not on purpose, it just happened to be drizzling that day, and it was a day where I was walking around. But because of the coating that they place on it, after I came in, dried it off by patting it down, and it's still perfectly fine. Even though I was in the rain with it for, a little under an hour, but still much more than 10-15 minutes. Yeah, it's still perfectly fine. I just came indoors and just dried it off, pat it dry with paper towel, and it's perfectly fine. It's probably because it's stamped with this gator or crocodile skin pattern that it hides any types of scratches and any marks on. It's actually one of the reasons why I bought this print specifically rather than the smooth leathers. You can see the underside doesn't really show the creases or anything because of the patterning on it. That was something I noticed used versions of this had for the smooth leathers. You would see the crinkling underneath. But overall, I've used this a handful of times as well, probably 10 times, twice under the rain. So overall, pretty hardy. I love this bag. Now, next one is my very first luxury bag purchase. Not first designer, but luxury, as in, over the $1,000 mark. And it's actually one of my more useful and usable bags, because back when I used to carry a long Continental wallet, I could fit it inside. This is one of those bags where if I want to carry a luxury bag outside my everyday use bag, and I don't want to try and force it into a little tiny bag, this bag can fit anything an everyday bag can fit. It's a shoulder bag that fits quite a lot, but in general, I don't really take this out unless I'm going someplace nice. It's basically a great bag. I can switch when I don't want to Jenga some of my bigger items from one bag to another. As you can see on the inside, I bought a lining for it. You can get these on Amazon for a pretty decent price. It's 20 bucks? And while I haven't used this more than, 10 times in the past 2 years, I've never babied it. I did used to have a twilly on top on the shoulder strap, but I took that off recently. And yeah, I've bumped against the wall with this, and yeah, the leather still looks good. And I'm sure with these types of leathers, any scratches, you can just buff it out much easier than textured ones. Overall, I would recommend, and it's still one of my favorite bags and one of my more actually useful bags. The lining on the inside is fully leather and looks good still. Now, my next bag is a secondhand Ferragamo tote that I bought on eBay. It had one or two scratches before I purchased it, so you can find these online for a really good price. This was only $300 US, $400. And as you can see, I threw a lot of chains and charms and whatnot on it because I want that Jane Birkin, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen look where, it's very nonchalant. I wouldn't mind putting this on a floor. I think I have put this on a floor. I do have a bag insert to protect the leather lining on the inside, and you could see parts of it is suede. It also helps shape the bag so that, it doesn't collapse that easily. But yes, this is one of those things where I've thrown a laptop into. I could actually take this as a work bag if I ever have to go to work again in the office. I use this pillow to, keep the shape when I have it on my shelf and it's not in use. But yes, as you can see, I can be super rough with this bag and not really care as much. And that's the benefit of buying, a second-hand bag that you will use for every day. The more relaxed and worn out this looks, I think the more cooler it'll be. Still, right now, it's kind of like ladylike and preppy, but, I look forward to using this until it's all scratched up. Now, my next bag is not one of those bags where it would look very nice scratched up, so I have to take really good care of it. It's one of my prized Ferragamo bags that I got during my last Japan trip. I'm told that, it's rare to get this one specifically. And while I've seen this color in other Ferragamo bags in store, I've never seen this top handle one specifically in store in Canada where I am. So every time I wear this, people notice and look because the color is just fantastic. This is a really great summer bag. It easily fits your phone and essentials. And as you can see for this one, the lining on the inside is a different color from the outside. I love that, there's no edge paint on this. It's just folded leather. It's very, very thick. The outside is smooth. The inside is really soft leather. And while the opening is kind of annoying, as you can see, you have to kind of slip it in a certain way. Overall, it's great. And yeah, I like to use it as a top handle nowadays. I don't really use it as a crossbody. And here is my latest Ferragamo purchase. It was this ringed mini bag, and unlike the last one, this one doesn't really fit keys and your phone and everything. I like to carry this with my phone in hand and just have keys, maybe a single credit card in its slot and a pack of tissue at most. But yeah, as you can see, this one has side edge paint on my last bag. And yeah, this was more in the wallets and accessory section. It does serve more as a really large wallet over an actual bag. But while you can fit your phone in this, you can't make it too bulky, otherwise it won't close. But yeah, I used this 2 or 3 times. I even had a dog lick it. Not my dog, someone else's dog. And it's perfectly fine, you just wipe it off. I'm not really scared to scratch it, but I do want to keep it as nice and shiny as long as possible. Now, my next bag I've only used once or twice in the past 2 years, and it's this off-white bag when Virgil Abloh was still creative director. I bought it specifically mostly because I wanted to treat it as an art piece because it's really cute, but very not functional. It carries as much as my previous silver Ferragamo bag. Surprisingly, I can fit my keys and my phone into it, mostly because since the opening is on top and it's via zipper, it doesn't have to worry about the thickness of it as much, although this bump on the bottom does make it carry less. But as I said, I use this more as an art piece to look at on my shelf. Another thing I noticed about this bag is that this yellow spot here is, I guess, the glue that they use that, slowly leaks. I learned that, a lot of brands have that problem where the glue eventually sort of leaks out and stuff. It's not that bad. I don't really care that much. No one's gonna notice it from afar. It's just something to note when you buy bags that, it could happen where the glue on the inside that, attaches something might, slowly seep through and, affect the color of the bag on the outside. But it's tiny, so I don't really care. Now, this next bag I actually use quite often. I use it when I go shopping. I use it when I want to bring my laptop into a mall and work while shopping. And it's one of those bags where I want it to have that scratched up look, even though it's shiny leather. I can't wait to use it till, it's more malleable and whatnot. It's still shiny, as you can see, but there is a scratch you see right there. I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't actually go out of my way to scratch it, but it happened and I have no idea when. And I don't plan to buff it out because I think the more of these, that show up, the more character this bag will have. This bag is like super tall. It's not like very spacious in terms of width, but it fits, definitely fits a laptop in it. And I can just throw my wallet and stuff and everything else on top. The only thing is, it's not very secure on top. I do keep this twilly on it. It's not tied up very nice now, and I'm not going to fix it. But I keep it on just so, I guess, my shoulder and clothes don't wear out the top of the strap. But yeah, I did buy an insert for it. I had to get one custom made specifically from Etsy. I had it made mostly because I wanted to treat this as a laptop bag, and I needed an insert to, keep the laptop in place so it doesn't like throw around. It also helps when you have bags that are a giant void, black hole, to, have some side pockets and smaller pockets to hold little things like, I don't know, gum, mints, and lip balm, so that you don't have to dig into a big bag and figure it out. But yeah, even though it's not a very wide bag, it can fit a lot because it's very tall. So if I know I'm going like clothes shopping and, shops don't give plastic bags anymore, I can easily just buy it and just like throw it into this bag and, call it a day. And now lastly, how can I forget this bag? This is actually my most used luxury bag, I guess. This is a Bulgari goatskin bag, and when I bought it, there was some corner wear already on it, although you don't really see it unless you like really take notice. As a matter of fact, I didn't even notice it on the pictures, even though it said corner wear. I was like, what corner wear? And bought it because the light reflecting off of the image didn't really show it. And this is one of my favorite smelling bags. I don't know, the smell of goat leather is really good. With Bulgari being like a jewelry brand first, I love their hardware because you can feel it's like really thick metal. And even the zipper on the inside features the tiny snake head, which I love because it's the details that really get to me. It's really nice to touch, and this bag, because it's goatskin overall, is like pretty hardy. I think I've walked around in the rain with this, once again, just like little spritz, and I kind of just wipe it off. I have overstuffed this bag to the point where I had trouble like closing it right away. You can kind of see it doesn't snap the first time. So I don't really baby this bag, and I don't really want to baby this bag because even though this bag was secondhand and expensive, over the $1,000 mark, I still don't baby it because I think it's a pretty hardy bag, and because of the texture, you really don't see creases and stuff. So even though I'm a big fan of smooth leathers, textured bags do have its use. So yeah, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed looking through my collection to see, what I actually use. Obviously, I don't use these bags as often as I want, but, maybe I would if someone would invite me somewhere. So yeah, I guess I'll see you next time. And comment below if you have any questions on any individual bags. Thanks for stopping by. Bye now.